Hi guys, I always spring in here. This is Freshly Brewed Poems, and we're at the tap yard, and we're about to get started. So hang on with us. I'm going to let you look at an empty mic for a second until we get ourselves organized. So sit back and enjoy.
Is that my seat?
What's that? Hang on, I'll give you 1 second. Teddy's here.
Hello.
Teddy. You want me to just put you down? Can you put you down?
I'll think about it.
Thinking about it?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Very cool room.
Sorry, you all. Had a little news of somebody passing away today, so I'm a little bit, that's my mind a little bit somewhere else. But, yeah, we are in that. So this is Freshly Brewed Poems. We are here at the tap yard, and we are doing poetry. And I'm going to let Sam be our first. And we'll begin. We're very informal.
I like being first, like you said before, really, but so yeah, I was cleaning out my garage and boxes of papers, but I have some very, very old, very old shit.
Is there something for old shit?
Yeah, there is. It's like
Oh shit. Oh shit.
so I read this about, I don't know, 50 years ago.
I wrote this one a long time ago.
There you go.
Is it turned up or is
It is, but
Here come old flat top, you go for that. This is called,
that's testament to just better?
this is not a very loud microphone.
this is called This Parking Lot. Fires burning in the night, accidental wasteland take flight, and hungry children see, look, a lone man dancing by firelight, haunted soul, it burns his mind, his heat of life. Alone, twirling incandescent love, white light, the cool hands of his wife smooth the sweat-soaked hair. Honey, the kids are crying, the station wagon, over there. This cold pavement is rough, this parking lot called Earth. From the same box, what he says silently. Don't worry about what he says silently. Do it. Do it. Do until it hurts the blood coming in gasps. Feel the wilting petals pound, pound, pounding on the page of your heart of hearts. Beat, beat, beating through to the end until your bones ache and drawing break. Break, breaking bread with yourself until the loneliness of morn. Mourn, what stills you have accomplished. You did not give your all the proper twist while we weaving in and out with the hard leather of your true truth. Truthfully, you worried about what he said silently while wind flew the bluebell on his grave grave. That's the one. This is new shit.
New shit.
I call this one Daffodils Yellow. Wrote this at the beach 2 weeks ago. Take daffodils yellow and the aromatic orange of saffron with the bright clear blue water of a shallow sea. Mix it in a bowl so thin and porcelain white that through it you can see. Add a sigh or two of a privately remembered blush, the first kiss. A soft moan of passion and throw it to the sky on the wind of a song. Walk the cool, shady lanes, specked with golden light between the trees, shining on the leaves so bright. as you notice the tiny bird on the velvet moss-covered rock, coolly wise, silently holding all you lost. And look away, remembering when you were young and tan, in the meadow where you met your only friend. Smell the saffron as it lights the sky streaked with daffodil yellow, and the songs on which they fly. Taste the salt from the bright blue sea, like the sweet sweat from the lips of that kiss. Look away and think of me. Look away and think of me.
Right there.
Oh, it's right here.
Thank you. All right, that was clever. That was graceful. Yeah. All right, let's see. We've got Meghan. Actually, awesome. Thank you.
This piece is called My Smile. Smile. You should smile. Why don't you smile? You should smile more. Smile. It can't be that bad. Smile. You should smile. Why don't you smile? You're prettier when you smile. You should smile. Why don't you smile? Why aren't you smiling? Smile. 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 I don't owe you my smile. Smiling is not rent I must pay in order to occupy female space. My smile is not here to entertain you like a video game or a sporting event. It is not yours to request. It is not transactional. It is not a mandatory default. And it is not an expectation to be displayed on demand. There is no smile tax required to live on this gendered planet. There is no grin tool to pay to drive on the male gaze highway. There is no keep sweet tithing fee to remain a member of the human congregation. And I am not interested in your personal requirements. I'm done with the smear campaign of the resting bitch face. It's just a face like all other faces. It shows joy and sorrow. It shows stress and fear. It shows whatever is going on in my life at any given time. It is not for you to appoint my expression. It is not for you to control my mood. And sweetie, it is not for you. My smile is freely given when I'm happy, when I find humor, sometimes when I'm uncomfortable, or when I genuinely feel an emotion that brings it about on its own with authenticity. My smile comes in many different forms. It displays different moods. It has different shapes. It can include a crinkle in my nose, sometimes a little bit of gum, or it can illustrate a desire to be polite. But it is mine, to be given when I choose, not when you demand it. And if you really want to see me smile because you know me, because you want to experience and share in my joy, because you want to cheer me up, then perhaps you can tell me a joke, or share a funny story, or just wait for the mood to hit me, truthfully, verifiably, beautifully. I don't owe you my smile. But if you must insist on it, then say something funny, asshole.
Very good.
I remember
This
that
next
one.
piece is called Pink. Sugar and spice and everything nice? Hardly. My DNA strand, my body chemistry consists of the following in no particular order. Jameson on the rocks, potato leek soup, lotions that smell like dessert, and cuss words. But tomorrow it might be Diet Dr. Pepper, pad thai, new boots, and dirty jokes. Sugar and spice? More like salty pretzels with mustard, savory cocktails with bitters, Milk chocolate, amber beer, gray skies, red lipstick, soft sweaters, and a sharp tongue. Everything nice? Not today. Instead, I am naughty whispers, a mean Bloody Mary, evil eye, dark humor, wicked instincts, questionable choices, debatable taste, and bleak ponderings. Little girls are now and have always been made up of giggles, high-pitched screams, grit, tenacity, chipped fingernail polish, skinned knees, wild hair, and a little bit of mean. Girls come with scratch, bite, pinch, and kick in their tool bags. Girls bring an elephant's memory, an eagle eye, a bear hug, and a cheetah sprint to every relationship. Girls are not defined only by the fucking color pink. We are red with passion or rage. We are gray with sadness or fear. We are beige with boredom or indifference. We are teal with fun and flair. We are purple from introspection. We are blue from disappointment. We are clear on our choices today. We are multidimensional, multitasking, multi-flavored, multicolored masters of our own fate. We are complex, complete, complicated, compassionate communicators. We are creative and destructive. We are team leaders and hermits. We are love and hate with equal abandon. We can break it, fix it, and break it again. We are extremes and everything in between. We are so much more than your limiting flavor of sweet. And I have never liked pink. Thank you.
Megan, I think I remember that poem from, was that in, you got that tongue in the
I did.
The smile?
Yeah.
I remember that one very much. I think Megan, you are next.
Marina.
Okay, Megan, sorry, Marina.
Okay.
I got the M's. You can hear seat while I do that.
Poetry is one place where heaven meets the earth. Of course, I am the biased poet. For musicians, the meeting is a song, plucked string, vibrating out breath, syllabic sighs. For painters, at the tip of a brush, the colors of water, the drawn dream. For potters, fingers on wet clay. For climbers, flesh against granite, the answering grip, the sonnet's release. For seekers, the sun setting on the day. Limiting logic is bound to make us sick with illusion, thinking we understand. Logic can only convince itself. It has its use and its folly, stands guard at the edges, shines its mirrored walls upon its own face. Narcissus, drowning, break the jailing mirrors, breathe in the fresh outside air. I surrender, free myself from excess movement. The fear has gone, it was never here. I must have kept it around for company. Why not? What's left when I'm at the precipice and jump the 6 feet to the step below, like nothing happens at all, like landing in soft, fresh fallen snow? What is born without force, without energetic propulsion, with natural breath? What kind of death can be endured without fear of existence? Well, if you're so afraid of the thing, then what's the big deal about letting it go?
Storage your seats.
No problem.
Got some, did you come up with a poem? No, I'm sorry, Teddy. Did you say you were going to make up one? Let's put me on the spot. Thank you for joining us. Teddy, I meant to call you maybe. I think we have Brian next. Over here. There's a couple of things I did mention, tongue and groove. There's another open mic things that are really good to go to. On Sunday, there's a tongue and brew. I think it's the second Sunday of every month. There's also West End poetry that's coming up. It's in Carrboro. I got some information about that. And this weekend, I went to the North Carolina Poetry Society conference. It was at the Arts. Did you go to that? Were you
No,
there?
I wasn't
Oh,
able to, but I wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, so think about signing up for that, because they actually, when you join, your membership includes, they'll take 3 of your poems and they will critique them for free. Well, not for free because you made a membership, donation, but that's kind of a good little thing, and it was really cool to listen to all the poets there, and then they had a workshop afterwards, and then nothing like all at the art museum. It was absolutely beautiful. So, any questions? Yes.
Are there any Shakespeare workshops coming?
Oh yes, surprise, surprise. We happen to just have in our midst none other than Dan Decker, who is our Shakespeare scholar, and he is going to have a workshop with Burning Coal. Tell me the dates again.
November 13th.
November 13th.
Monday nights for 6 weeks.
Yeah. So if you have any questions about that, it's awesome. We'll go through, maybe later on, before we take our break, I'll have him come up and talk a little bit about it. So, Ryan, are you? Yeah, awesome.
I'm going to start off with a poem. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Start off with a poem that I wrote on request for a poetry festival in India that's coming up this winter. The theme for the festival this year is winter. So here's my submission. The Winter Queen. The winter witch, whose heart is as cold as her proverbial tits, surveys her realm, wrapped in a frigid blanket. So many trees, shorn of their leaves, bare as a burlesque dancer. Life seems to sleep in her frigid embrace, a months-long nap, dreaming of springs gleaming, greening and blooming. Her pale skin beneath the hoarfrost veil sparkles in daylight's coming. Her breasts engorged with a cold, cruel milk to suckle her storm-cloud brood, who shed glittering sequins that dance with the breath of Borealis. She rules her kingdom with an iron hand. To the daffodil shoots, green knives of eyes of March pierce her virgin gown, surrendering her throne to the fair young maid to be crowned the Queen of the May. This next one's untitled. Tiny ship caught in the maelstrom of chaos that surrounds, buffeted by the cruel cyclonic winds, through peaks and troughs of white-capped waves, tries to run before the wind to keep herself afloat. Bobbing like a fallen leaf, caught in the roiling waves, tossed as a feather with each stormy gust, you cling to the helm white-knuckled, tenacious, tighter than Ulysses, bound to his mast, determined never to founder and sink, captain courageous, firm on the quarterdeck, ferocious smile, bearing your hard-set teeth, pelted by fortunes outrageous, seeking a refuge, someplace in the lee of the storm, a respite from the gales and waves, a harbor to shelter, refit your sails, until the call comes that you must cross the bar. This next one, I got some inspiration from a line from a well-known play. You might recognize it. To sleep, perchance to dream, Willie the Shape. So many stories of the eternal night. Are there dreams, and are they good? Or are we haunted by the nightmares of every single sin and misdeed committed over the span of our 70. How are we to even know that death is not our final curtain call in our seemingly small odyssey through this world, like lost sailors searching for our tantalizing Ithaca? Somewhere, always, over that distant horizon, we keep sailing towards and never reaching that shore. Is this all a fata morgana, giving us meaning and purpose to endure Job-like through the agonies and ecstasies that some cosmic wager placed gleefully with some nonchalant bookie between the yin and yang ruling over the cosmos? Watching gleefully as we stumble one way and the other through Maya, believing that all this is real and not some immense MMORPG played by powers we cannot begin to imagine.
So the next that we have would be Dennis, and Dennis has a program that he wants to talk about too that happens in this room. So Dennis, yeah, and it looks like, you know, it's close to, we'll probably take a break maybe after a couple more poets and then come back and do a couple of more rounds if y'all want to do that. That sounds great. Yes. I'm filling up the time on it. So, Dennis.
The chair had absolutely nothing to do with what I'm about to do. I'm just old and fast, so I thought I'd sit in the chair. So this is called, oh, you're going to love this. Well, first of all, I want to thank Deborah because she lets me come in and do this kind of stuff. You're about to discover that my definition of poetry has not got jack to do with anybody else's, pretty much. Anyway, this is called In Search of America, Part 4, subtitled A Reefer Trilogy in 13 Parts. You already got it. You don't need to hear anymore. So, this is a true event that happened 50 years ago this year. So we were off to Vancouver, Canada, only a half an hour away. Our passports in hand, well, mine at least. The bus, the newer VW bus, was packed with all our worldly goods, which didn't amount to much, but included my favorite rocker and a small end table whiskey barrel, empty of course. Oh, and a joint in the glove box. Oh my God, a joint in the glove box. We panicked and pulled off I-5 in front of the Canada 1 mile sign, rolled down the window, smoked like a furnace, pulled back onto I-5, and in no time, we're eye to eye with one of the sweetest looking, rosy-cheeked, young, cherub-faced representatives of our great northern neighbor you ever did see. Hi, where are you going? She asked. Huh. Seemed kind of obvious to us. Canada? She glared at our stuff. True, it was all our stuff, but it really wasn't that much. I didn't know if that was why, but she asked us to park, walk inside under the huge red maple leaf sign, and talk to the immigration agent. So, well, first, everyone there is related. All young, trim looking, good looking, rosy cheeked, perky members of the northern branch of the Osmond family. Made you feel good, like welcome, just looking at it. Maybe that was the idea, I don't know. So we walked up to what looked like an airline ticket counter with 3-4 Osmonds behind it. Told one what the woman outside had said, and he says, okay, follow me. Now that might have been our first mistake. See, I interpreted follow me figuratively. You know, like me walking along outside the counter and him inside the counter till our paths met at some as yet undetermined point. My companion, Emma, on the other hand, interpreted follow me literally. She climbed over the counter, then step for step, move for move, followed him behind the counter. Well, that raised a few eyebrows. I suppose anyway. Fact is, I never looked at anyone's eyebrows. I don't even know why I said that, but you get the idea. So now, you've seen this next scene 1,000 times. We're separated. Emma in a chair against the wall, me into an office, door closed. The immigration man with my passport in hand, flipping through the pages, glancing up every so often until finally he says, "What's your occupation?" Now see, it used to be in those days, inside the front cover of your passport, there was some fill in the blanks. Occupation, foreign address, stuff like that. And I assumed when you got a passport, you had to fill them in, which presented some problems. I didn't have an occupation, exactly. I mean, I did odd jobs, some of this, some of that. I'd fill in the blanks, sure, I just didn't remember with what. My occupation? Yeah, your occupation. I don't know. What does it say there? You don't know your occupation? Well, you see, and I went on to explain, he listened very politely, never letting on to what he might be thinking. And then a long pause as he read, and it says here your foreign address is 10 Downing Street, London, England. Is that correct? Oh, well, you see, and he listened very politely, again, to what I thought was an eminently logical explanation. I mean, it was the only foreign address I knew. I wasn't trying to pretend I lived with the Prime Minister or any of that. It proved to be a long morning, the upshot of which was a 3-day visa to Canada. With restrictions, of course, which didn't apply anyway, since we weren't planning to stay. We just wanted to pop in for the day, you know, like to say, been there, done that sort of thing. Truth be told, the only reason I even got a passport was I was scared, seriously, that Nixon, Richard Milhouse Nixon, that steam and heat of organic fertilizer of our president, that he might close the borders, trap us all inside the United States. I mean, the National Guard had already shot and killed 4 of us, unarmed, all peaceful like, in Ohio. It could happen again, you know. I got my Irish passport in hand, just in case.
We enjoy all kinds of stuff. Cindy, do you want to? I like, do you mind telling us a little bit about the thing, a transfer company?
So we have another open mic. It is on every other Thursday, so not this Thursday, but next Thursday. It's called Capital Moments, and it is open for all artists, painters, musicians, poets. We welcome everybody. So it has a workshop before. It starts at 6:30, 6:30, depending on what we're up to. And then we open the sign up at 7 and show at like 8ish. Kind of depends on like what's happening those times. But you guys are welcome to come. It's $5 before 7:30, $10 after 7:30.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is, are you guys doing some filming or something? You've got somebody coming in?
I
do
don't
some-
know the details.
Okay.
So
But they're getting, a lot of interest. And it's a lot of, and the cool thing, I like the drummer.
we
on
do
stage.
have a drummer on stage who will match your cadence.
That's really cool. If you don't want to, you can say nothing, but.
That's chill. That's
That's
super chill.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I think, for at the end of the list, I'm going to go put myself at the end of the list there. I've got 2 that I want to do. This one's called On the Table. Say, I look at your hand lying, resting quiet on the table, resting, lying quiet on the wood, and I want to crawl between your fingers. I want to climb into that spot that marries up to mine when we hold hands loosely when we stroll. So they move like reeds on the beach, responding to a wind or turn of the path, or snug in that tight wraparound clasp where I anchor my small around your strong index, wrist to wrist to feel your heartbeat, or warm and passive in the movie light flicker, fragrant from popcorn and lovemaking. I look at your hand, and I lay mine there, resting quiet on the table, resting, lying quiet on the wood. This one is Adirondack chairs. And so, yeah. Jigsaw puzzle of greenery, the trees nestle next to each in the slicing sideways light of sunset. The yard in the back is filled with it, filled with the late summer side slant of the sun. The plastic Adirondack chairs are shattered, left as we left them askew, me looking at you, maybe my feet in your lap. No, it wasn't us that set them ajar. The one time we sat there, your discomfort grated on my tranquil storybook vision of us sitting in the sun, drinking the wine, so we went inside. We meant to build a fire that summer, a fire pit evening of romance, but I saw your dis-ease. Was it the heat, the drone of the bugs, the chance of a gnat landing in your drink? Or was it something else, something not found in the sideways slant of cooling air? Something off in that horizon, blocked by the pale blue, the light blue house, something cutting your sight off from the road. It must have been, because you said goodbye several times that summer, a nod, a kiss, and you were off in your line because you never left, but sat in your uncomfortable sadness of not belonging here or where you thought you belonged. Wistful plans set ablaze, not by midnight cords of wood in a pile amongst the rocks, but set ablaze by a whimsy, a promise not promised. So we sat that summer and watched the flowers and the pots bloom and the rains carried one away and the gnats natting as gnats do, cannonballing into Pinot, taking up residence in that pale blue, light blue house with plastic mountain chairs on the lawn. Those chairs, those Adirondack chairs, still sit in the shadow of the slanting sun, still sit waiting for a time things will be right with the world. We just have to get to the other side of that summer, find the whimsy, fulfill the wistful promise, and fly down that open road, and no longer sit in an uncomfortable sadness, askew in plastic Adirondack chairs. That's the COVID song, the COVID poem. You just had to sit there for a whole summer, waiting for COVID to go away. So, do you have a poem?
Not yet.
Also,
no.
I see this person.
I'll think about it.
Well, we're at the end of our first round, so if you want to take a break, or if you want
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, you're not ready.
Thanks.
So let's take a little break, get another drink, and then we'll come back and do another roundabout. Y'all want to do that?
Yeah.
Hey, I might change the microphone. Y'all are going to watch the open mic. How you doing? I know, I was like, that's classic you do. Like, no, I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
But then you pop in at the end and you just go bam.
How you been?
Good. How about you? Still hanging out with Mike?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Sorry you didn't get to come last month.
Oh,
I was out of town. Well, actually, I think I was getting ready to be
yeah.
out of town.
Out of
so.
town. Yeah, there's another guy.
Yeah.
You are wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Are you a professor of
Yeah, so
Shakespeare?
do you know
or-
Brian,
Uh,
Dan, and Marina?
Hi, I don't think so. I'm Brittany. Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Brittany.
Brittany.
Yeah,
I'm Dan.
and your names again?
Marina.
Marina.
Dan.
Dan.
Brian.
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 Of course.
Awesome.
Call me anything you want, just don't call me late for dinner.
Okay. Noted.
I do theater, and
Oh.
I'm
Or as I
working with
also tell
Burning
some
Coal.
people,
What is that?
I was the first
It's,
grader before I
it's
found
a
out
new
my
one,
first
too.
name wasn't really
No,
Dan.
I've been here for 3 years.
Wasn't really what?
Damn it.
Damn it.
It's been there for